Am I the asshole? For thinking my mill is becoming a little possessive of my unborn baby. This is my first pregnancy and my mill has been overly excited. She has been waiting for grandchildren since her kids were 22. My in-laws live 20 minutes away from us. S&D she has never wanted to leave her home, until she was told I was pregnant. They are deciding to build a house next door to us to be closer to my baby. This house will be complete by the end of this year. She will be watching the baby when I return to work as my mother has not yet retired. She informed me yesterday that she will be setting up a room for the baby when their house is complete. I asked what the purpose of the room was for. She said for my crib and anything I buy for the baby. They are calling it a playroom. She tried to give us her 34-year-old crib, and I was adamant with my husband. I didn't want it due to safety reasons. After a back and forth, he finally said, okay, and told his mom. She is still planning on using this crib for herself. She knows I'm not comfortable with this crib, and I am also not comfortable with her building what I believe is a nursery for my child at her house. My husband's side of the family is extremely close to the point where I have been told by my husband his mother comes before me. I again asked him to speak with her about her not using the 34-year-old crib, as I don't believe I should be the one to say anything, due to the family dynamic. Am I the asshole for being too dramatic with this situation? I have been told by my husband his mother comes before me, and 20 minutes away is too far, so they're moving next door? Molly, you in danger, girl. Not the asshole. I have been told by my husband his mother comes before me. Not the asshole, but you have worse problems than a crib. Your husband has just declared that he's married to his mother and you're his side piece. I have been told by my husband his mother comes before me. Being told that alone would be grounds for divorce. Not the asshole. Did you marry and get pregnant with someone who said he will put his mother first? You will always lose in this dynamic. Always. My mother comes before you is absolutely a deal breaker for me. The crib is the least of your worries. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, but you really screwed yourself marrying that guy. He already told you he will put his mother first, and he meant it. I bet her new house has a bedroom for him too, and then Mill can have both of her babies live with her while you live next door, and she lets you have visitation. Also, please clarify, why does anything you buy have to go to her house? Why are you with him? You already know she is more important to your spouse, and she will be taking over. And your hubs will let her. Next thing you know, your baby will be calling her mommy. Get out before it's too late for you and your child. Not the asshole, girl, he told you where you stand. And they're moving next door. Ugh, I would have to leave. If she's going to be watching the baby while you work, it's reasonable that they'd have a room dedicated for the baby, a crib, and supplies. My parents set up a room for ours because it was easier for nap time and changing diapers, etc. But she should definitely not be using outdated furniture and supplies. I would definitely have concerns if my husband told me his mother or family came before me. He clearly didn't understand his marriage vows. Not the asshole. Your Mill sounds like a nightmare. She refuses to take no for an answer and steamrolls over you. This will be 1,000 times worse once the baby is born. My Mill acted the way yours is acting now, and she made my life very difficult when I was pregnant, and after I had my son. My husband wouldn't put her in her place, and when I attempted to, it was me against him and his parents. We almost split up over it. Your situation makes me anxious for you. Up. Have a look round our just no meal and see the flags your husband and his family are waving. Take it seriously. Lots of things to have concerns with here. The crib is not one of them. I adore my parents. They are fantastic, amazing people. I also adore my wife's parents. Couldn't ask for better in-laws. I still don't want any of them living next door to me. The whole mommy over wife thing is weird and disrespectful, and was going to be a problem even if they're 1,000 miles away. Living next door will only amplify it. I'm sorry, OP, but it sounds like a rough road ahead if things are allowed to continue this way. Not the asshole, but sad to say you are probably going to be treated as one for any pushback against what Mill and her son want. Why in the world does she need a nursery if the child's bedroom is literally next door to her? Why is a crib that poses safety issues not a problem for your husband? Why are you letting this woman watch your child? In your place, I might decide to become, or at least threaten to become, a stay-at-home mother twat. No need for Mill's help, thank you anyway. If hubby does not like the economics of your decision, he can get his mom in check and find other childcare ASAP. His choice. Not the asshole, but you do BTA to yourself if you don't nip this in the bud before baby gets here. Not the asshole. I don't understand why you're putting up with any of this when the man flat out said, his mother comes first. You are pregnant with his child. Does that mean his mother comes before the baby? Yeah? His mom gets to raise the baby, and she sure as hell isn't going to listen to you when he lets her do whatever she wants. You need to put a stop to this now before you have no say at all in your life, or your child's life. Not the asshole, but OP. I gotta warn ya, it will be harder to establish boundaries with Mill once the baby is here, and since your husband has made it known you aren't his priority. Please be aware them moving next door means you will have no privacy to yourself. Baby girl, you are not the asshole, and you need to run like the wind. As a grandmother who babysits, oh how I wish I had a playroom. I would have a crib in it for sure. As it is, the crib is in my master bedroom, and on the very few occasions he sleeps overnight, he is always awakened by Grandpa's snoring. It's not fun. I wouldn't be too concerned about the room, since baby will spend a lot of time there. It's better that way. But an ancient crib is a non-starter. I would set a hard boundary there. Oh thank God. I'm not you. So you are with a man that told you that his mother will always come first? You are his wife and the mother of his child, and you do not come first? I think you have bigger problems to focus on. Okay, let go of anything that makes you uncomfortable if you stay. They showed you who they are, and your feelings don't matter. Girl. Run. I am so glad my husband is not a mama's boy. And both my Mill are relatively sane, and actually respect me as mother and wife. Please, do yourself a favor and explain to your husband that you will not be second place in his life, and you will not differ to his psycho mom. If he's not willing to hear you and understand where you're coming from, it's time to think about what a life without them constantly in it. I bet it's loads better.